So good afternoon, good morning, wherever you are. Buenas tardes, buenas tarde. And I'm here today with Flavie Lecomte, which is a director of sales for our amazing DMCB Essential Club for France. So today, Flavie is taking us to Alsace. So Flavie, we are ready to follow you.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Dominique, for the introduction, and thank you everyone for joining us today. So we will be focusing on this beautiful region of Alsace that is at the border between France and Germany. It's been in the history a very important and strategic location, as you can imagine, for Europe through the different centuries. So the castle that you can see here in particular, it's called Konigsberg Castle. It's a mountainside fortress that has been built in the 12th century. It has a really, really strong influence and strategic location, as I mentioned earlier, during Europe and all the different wars. As you can see, this castle is really beautiful, and I will talk about it a bit longer in the presentation. So today we're going to be talking about, of course, Hot DMC for the one who don't know us, how we work, who is a part of the team, and what you can expect from us. We will be talking, of course, of the holiday tradition that has been running now for quite a few centuries. Actually, since the 16th century, it all started in 1570, so a long time ago, this celebration. We will be talking also about culture with all the art you can find in Alsace, but also all the history that is very strong in this region of France, and all the gastronomy, food and wine, and what you can do with kids in Alsace. There are plenty of things for them to be busy. And it's also a very beautiful destination, not only during the festive season, but also during spring and summer time. You will see there are lots of activities and things to do if you want to go away from the crowd and you don't want to be away from the heat and you don't want to be in Provence or in the Côte d'Azur. Why not going to Alsace for the first time during spring and summer? So for the one who don't work with us yet, this is how our itinerary look like. So basically, we send you either a PDF version or a link. It can be white label or not. You will have everything details. You will have the price also per activity, so you'd know exactly how much will be the client's spending. If you want to remove 1, 2 activities, you just give us a call or send us a quick email, and within a few seconds, you refresh the link and everything is updated. It's very convenient, very fast, very user-friendly. So this is more or less the way we work. We can work also on commissionable or net rate. It's really up to you, depending what you prefer. We have a bank account in the US for wire transfer, but we also have a bank account in Europe if it's more convenient for you. Or we can also take payment with credit card. We just have a little fee as most of the hotel and DMC have. We have an online booking form 7 day a week, which can be convenient sometime if you want to save some time replying to your clients. So let's say if you have a drink with them on a Friday evening and then everything is ready on Saturday morning, you can go online, fill in this form. It really takes 2-3 minutes maximum. And then we have someone on duty who will start to work on a proposal during the weekends. We're a small team, but everyone who's been with us has been there since their very first day. Everyone has a great experience of the travel in France, and they're very friendly and very responsive. So they are also here to answer your clients when your clients will be on site traveling with us. Part of the team, we have some Russian speakers. We have also Portuguese, Spanish speaker, English, of course, and French. So we have someone from Canada, we have someone from Portugal, from Russia, but they've all been in France for a long time. So, but it's nice sometimes when clients are traveling and they can speak their own language if they need. Going to the region, so you will see here we have the Alsace region. Some of you might understand perhaps better why it's been part of Germany sometime and sometimes French. Both countries were fighting over centuries to set the border. So basically, from the Middle Age until the 17th century, it was German. And then from the 17th century, it became French until 1870. Then it became German again until the end of the First World War, 1918, and then it remained French. So it's a very strategic location, and it's been divided in 1790 between the Bas-Rhin, which is the region of Strasbourg. The Rhin is a big river that you can see here. So the Bas-Rhin will be here for almost 3 or 4 centuries now, and the Haut-Rhin is this region. If one day you hear about the Haut-Rhin and the Bas-Rhin, this is inside the region. We have two different parts. Moving forward, we will be talking about the holiday tradition. As I mentioned earlier during the presentation, this is something that it's from the 16th century, so a very, very long time ago. And what do you need to know about all those beautiful markets? First of all, they start the last week of November and they run until usually Christmas time. However, a smaller city than Strasbourg, so such as Colmar or Obernai, can have their market until New Year's Eve. So if the clients are traveling after Christmas, they can still see all those beautiful markets, but they will have to go to one of those two cities. We will, of course, recommend to avoid the few days before Christmas or the weekends to visit the market because it will be more convenient and comfortable for everyone to visit perhaps during the weekdays and not just before Christmas as it's really busy and really packed. So just keep that in mind if you can. While you are going through the street of the city, you have, of course, all this market, but not only. So in the market, you will shop different things made by local people. But also, if you walk through the street, you will be able to enjoy all the decor on the houses, on the shop, and it's really something enchantment. It's very beautiful. You will be able, especially if you are going with a guide, a private guide, to listen all the stories and the legend, and of course to taste the specialties of the area. So in this Christmas market, I was mentioning about the different artwork we can find, but we can also offer some workshop to your clients if they want to do that themselves. We have, for example, the homemade Christmas glass ornaments. So then you can take that home and for the next year have that on your Christmas tree back home. We have also some workshop about doing some pottery, very colorful pottery, paper lace work or floral arrangement, painting. So there are plenty of also of activity to do indoor because if they want to go during the holiday season, it can be cold on the east of France. It will be colder than in Paris or on the West Coast, of course. We also have the possibility to do another workshop around the Christmas theme with a renowned chef. So basically, you will have a tea time, an appointment with him, and you will be cooking bredels, which are the Alsatian Christmas cookies, and you will be able also to taste some mule wine. As you can see on the picture, it's a really spectacular decor. It's great for the kids, but it's great also for the bigger kids and the adults. You can just really dive into the magic of the festive season there. In regards to food and wine, so food and wine, be aware that in Alsace, you have 34 Michelin star restaurants, which basically they make them the third region which has the biggest number of Michelin star restaurants. The first one will be Paris, the second one will be Lyon, and the third one will be the Alsace region. So 34 Michelin star restaurants. So really strong gastronomy and really good chef in this area. 90% of the wine are white wines, including the Riesling. Most of the Americans will know the German Riesling, which is more sugary. The French one is a bit more dry, and usually people appreciate it a little bit more. I'm not saying that just because I'm French, but it's the feedback we had from our expert and guide in the area. It's what he used to hear. So perhaps people are just willing to please him, but we heard that usually people really enjoy this white wine. We have 51 Grand Cru. For a small region, it's lots of Grand Cru. You can easily also do a combo with a Champagne Alsace or Alsace and Burgundy. This is something that can be feasible and it's very easy and convenient. Same as the Burgundy region or the Bordeaux region, you have the wine road and you can go through different village and vineyard to do some tasting. So we have the village of Rickeweir, the village of Kaiserberg, and also the famous castle of Haut-Königsberg, or the Confrérie Saint-Étienne, that is from the 14th century. So you can have a full day tour with a driver and guide and do the wine road and test different white wines if you like white wines. If you go to the city of Colmar, which is south of Strasbourg that we just saw on the map. We have some city and gourmet tour, so you can walk around the city and taste different food and wine. But there is also in Colmar a vineyard that is right in the city center, so you can stop there and do wine tasting and then keep on walking and do your little shopping. Another possibility in Colmar would be to go on a boat ride and do a 25-minute boat ride, go inside the city center with a boat, and you will have a glass of Crémant, which is a kind of champagne. Perhaps some of you know Le Crémant. They have the Prosecco in Italy, they have the Cava in Spain, and we have the Crémant in France for all the sparkling wine that are not from the Champagne region. Or you can also go to Strasbourg, and in Strasbourg, of course, we have delicious gourmet tour, including foie gras, which is very strong in this region. You can imagine the foie gras and white wine. You can order that every day if you want for lunch or dinner. You have the macaron that is also very famous in Alsace. You have the choucroute. It's a heavier meal. You have it right here in front on the screen on this picture. So on the bottom right, it's very tasty. Usually men like this kind of food. We have also the flamencos that you see at the bottom left, which is a very thin tart with some bacon on it, some onion and some little herbs. It's delicious. And of course, you have plenty of different cookies, Christmas cookies, pain d'épices, gingerbread. So plenty of different choice to please everyone's palates. History and arts. So there is a really, really big museum in Colmar, in this city south of Strasbourg, called the Unterlinden Museum. In this museum, you have more than 7,000 years of history and painting. So it goes through all the different centuries, different kind of arts, movement. It's very interesting, and it's really for everyone, because even if you don't like a certain kind of arts, you will find something that you like for sure there. Also, if you go to Colmar and if you like history, there is a neighborhood that you have to see and walk by. It's the neighborhood Petite Venise. Then if you go to Strasbourg, which it's really close and it's very convenient to go with a car, you can visit the Cathedral of Strasbourg, which is the second cathedral after Notre Dame de Paris in regards to the number of visits every year. It's a beautiful cathedral. And same here, if you like history, a lovely neighborhood to stroll by is the Petite France. We have also several museums about the First and Second World War, as you can imagine, such as Normandy. It's been really a strategic region, and it's also the only region where there is a concentration camp in France near the German border. It's the only one we have in France. Going back to this beautiful castle from the 12th century, the castle au Königsberg, we can have private access to some rooms that are close to the public, such as, for example, the kitchen. So it's nice for the guests to feel a little bit VIPs and to go with the kids behind those doors that are close to everyone else. We have also the Cristallerie Saint-Louis, which is very well known there. It's from the 16th century, and basically they do all the glass ornament and different kind of beautiful vases and glass and so on. Traveling with kids in Alsace. So as I mentioned earlier, you can do some cooking class and cooking in those famous bédales, the Christmas cookie. There is also in Alsace the biggest indoor bike park in Europe. So if you are a family or just the man, the dad is into biking, or the kids, I think they can go from the age of 4 years old, which is pretty young for an indoor bike park in France. It seems very big. You have all the pump track. It's fun. So this is something they can do also if they go during the winter season. They can do plenty of activities indoor. There is an amusement park, which is a Little Prince amusement park, very famous there. I personally never been, but I'm planning on going because the Little Prince is a very special book and also legend and story. So I'm looking forward to discover more about this amusement park. We have also, of course, for the kids, all these Christmas enchantment decor and shows and things happening everywhere. It's just not about just walking around and doing some shopping, but there are also plenty of things made for kids there and to keep them busy. Of course, you can do some electric bike almost everywhere. And during spring and summertime, we can organize some picnic in the village or in the vineyard. And so going to summer and spring activities, as you can see here, it's a beautiful countryside. On the north, you have the Parc National des Vosges, which is a national park, beautiful. You can even ski there during the winter time, and it's nice because it's not busy. In the Alps, sometimes some ski resort can be very, very busy, especially for family with young kids who don't want a crowd. They don't want people to go very fast. They're not looking for speed. In the Alps, we welcome everyone from Europe. We have people coming from Spain, from Portugal to come ski in France. In Les Vosges, no one really come beside a few French people. So it's very family friendly. It's very easy. So keep that in mind sometime if you are a family, they are beginner and they just want to have a chill time in the mountain, that can be a good option. But back to summer and spring activities. So you can do cycling, hiking, kayaking, cruising on the river. You have some grape harvests. We can organize the grape harvest. There are many vineyard and domain that offer this option. You have also the mushroom picking. There are many, 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 many parks and gardens to discover in this region. gastronomic picnic, as I mentioned earlier. And also, as I mentioned earlier, we have the regional nature park of Les Vosges. So this is it for Alsace. I'm happy to answer any question that you may have. It's really a very beautiful region for everyone, food and wine lover, family, people who are into history. It's really somewhere special. And so here you can see you have the Champagne region and the Burgundy region. So it's very easy to get there.
Thank you very much, Flavie. That was very interesting. And I actually would like to go myself, huh? Because I didn't really, when you don't know so well, you know Strasbourg, but if you have not been around, then you have no idea. So, Diana, you said Alsace is heavenly. Excited to learn today. And yes, Janine, the food is obviously delicious, huh? I don't see any other question. I know it was very detailed. So I would not know myself what to ask you. You went through everything, different season, different options. So let me see if we see one more question. Gian, I do. Is there a chance to chat with you as soon as possible as I depart for France on Sunday? Perfect. So
Yeah,
Gian,
sure.
yeah, Flavie will be sending you an email right away, or you can go into this Let's Connect 365 and already take an appointment with her if you want to. Huh? All right. Anyone? I don't know if there is any other question. Flavie, is there anything to say? Maybe about the hotel briefly. What is the situation? How do you feel the hotel
We have,
situation there?
yes, we have several hotel in the region. It can be this really small property or a little bit bigger, but no big hotel, to be honest. It will be medium size or small size. But there are plenty of options and good options.
Okay, perfect. I'm just typing the Let's Connect 365 if you want to do a little Zoom quickly for any of you to with Flavie. And remember that also you could bring your clients on. Huh? Thank you, Mark. You said very helpful. All right. So Flavie, I think everyone was gonna be looking forward to receive your recording. And then if you want also to look at all the webinar we've done since 2020, they're all on our YouTube channel, Dominique Debay Collection. Huh? Cannot wait to go to Corsica with you. Huh? I think it's next month already. Huh?
I think it will be beginning of 2025.
Oh,
So
we don't
perhaps
have anything next month yet. Huh? All right.
yeah,
Perfect. All right. Well, anyway, when anybody wants to go to Corsica before, they know where to reach you. Huh? All right.
definitely.
Okay.
Merci, Dominique. Thank you, everyone.
You said thank you. Thank you, everyone, and have a good rest of the day. Huh? Lisa, thank you for the wealth of information. Alisa said thank you as well. Thank you, everyone. Thank you for your interest. I know you're all busy, so it's really very important to see your feedback and your interest. We really love that. Huh? Thank you. Jennifer, you said thank you to both. Janine, merci. Ernesto, thank you so much. Huh? Thank you, everyone, and I'll see you soon. Bye-bye. Bye-bye, my dear Flavie.